fuck me, you're with us. 10 minutes later.
Where the fuck is he?
You got to definitely trigger, man.
He was still with a
He's
crackhead.
trigger, isn't he?
I was buying meat in fucking
Hello and welcome to Inside Filthy. This is episode number 2, and today we're going to be talking about pricing myths, the claim that we're just window cleaners, and just going more into about being transparent about pricing and stuff like that. So the first subject to probably open up with is I think I read a couple of posts a week or so ago on our Facebook about us being just window cleaners. I mean, it's true that that's where we started and that's where we predominantly had business, but in the last 5 years, sort of around, well, it was lockdown time, wasn't it, where we sort of pivoted and added roof cleaning to our services, and then just all external cleaning services. So from a personal perspective, being in the business as long as we have, and for yourself, Rory, we've cleaned all sorts of stuff anyway, haven't we? Even when we were just window cleaning, we were cleaning big warehouses, renders, and well, not renders, but
there's always stuff like we might be doing a particular house and they might own a warehouse or a massive car park or whatever. So there was always little bits that came off of it. So we were never just window cleaners, really. Yeah. Predominantly, I prefer visual display technicians. But we had to go a lot of other stuff as well, didn't we?
You're a knob.
I like that. I like it. Mate. I like
it's good though,
But anyway, back to being professional. But so no, you're right. It's true. We have cleaned all sorts of surfaces and done all sorts of things. But obviously, 2020, I believe, is when you went to do the soft wash course. Yeah,
with Chris.
With Chris. So then that opened the door to obviously being able to clean render and stuff properly, I guess, is and safely. And then obviously we took on the truck as well, and then obviously done some more learning around that. But I mean, from a business perspective, yes, we were predominantly window cleaners. I mean, at some point we were 95% window cleaners. But now in the last 5 years especially, we're more kind of like 40% everything else and 60% window cleaners. So we've definitely pivoted, and I mean we've cleaned well over 1,000 roofs
definitely
in our time. So all sorts of surfaces, and like I say, big car parks, big warehouses, renders.
There's always the market there though, wouldn't there, really? Because I mean, obviously you're doing a lot of windows, and when you're doing a lot of commercial, naturally they're always going to ask you, can you do our cladding, can you do our driveway? And I think we sort of started like that, really, didn't we? We started picking up work that way, and which developed us into doing a lot more external cleaning.
The roofs took off, didn't they, at the beginning of lockdown, really. It went absolutely mental to the point where I'd got pulled out of the job that I was doing then and got put specifically on quoting roofs. And then from that, obviously, with the roofs as well, you got render, then you got your driveways. It just sort of spread like wildfire from there, really, and went absolutely nuts to the point where we were doing graffiti. We've even cleaned like electric car points. There's things that I'd never even think that needed cleaning. We now do. So we've got a lot more in our armoury than just a few squeegees and a couple of waterfare poles.
But, I mean, I can vouch for that as well. Like I said to you earlier, this week in particular, I feel like I've quoted everything we can possibly clean, from commercial windows, ins, outs,
picnic
benches, random
ones.
Sound like you had Tourette.
And that Rory picnic benches.
Rory's sitting on it.
Let's get that one out.
I forgot about that one, mate.
I didn't hear about that one.
Where was the picnic bench?
That was in MK.
Okay.
Just different ways of how
could you Google it and get the right measurements and stuff? Could you?
Yeah, we had to. Different
big stuff. This big stuff.
4 seaters.
How many of them?
2.
That's not the point.
We're expanding our services.
It's the knock-on effect that it's going to have.
This time next year, we'll do 40 picnic benches.
Bigger sites, man. Bigger sites.
Did you get a job?
No.
Too much. Minimum charge, 900 quid.
But no, I mean, it's just saying. I mean, from just doing windows to quoting anything from picnic benches to royalties roofs, you know. So we've done a lot more than
that. Was a great job, wasn't it?
Yeah,
definitely.
It was a shame that you couldn't film that or take photos. We had to. Did you actually sign a?
No, there wasn't an NDA as such, but it was very much drummed into us from day one. No photos, no cameras on the site.
You had elephants coming up the garden.
They had SAS blokes walking around the site while we were doing the roofs and that, so I won't get caught with a camera in my hand. Yeah, sorry. I'll get it. But no, it was a very protected place and that. It was just a little while before the particular member of royalty was arriving at the place, so they were all running around there like blue ass flies. Getting everything ready for the royalty to arrive, and we were there cleaning the roof. So proper a shame we couldn't get footage of it and brag about it. We lost our bragging rights when we said that we wouldn't mention anything about the job apart from what we just did.
Yeah,
that was a big job as well, wasn't it? Like 5-6 days just for the sort of roof and that alone.
Yeah,
that was all Thermotech work, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. We had the Thermotech machines there. It was all Cotswold stone. So it was delicate work. It is. A real shame we couldn't document it because it came up brilliantly. They were well happy with it. But just to show the difference in works that we've done. You know, up to massive warehouse roofs that you struggle to see the end of from one side to little bungalow roofs. So there's everything.
That roof seemed to kick things off really, didn't it? From there, I think the team got that experience behind them as well, and then we sort of built from there.
Yeah, that and the Birmingham job as well.
Render, wasn't it?
Yeah, the big render job we done. Because I mean, I went down there to actually quote it, and I looked at it, and the render was black, and I just thought I need to manage expectations here, and I explained to the guy that we'll do our best down there, but I can't guarantee that we'd remove it all. And then when we went down there to actually do it and to see the results afterwards was unbelievable. And then knowing what that machine was capable of helping us do. Then we started going more in that direction as well. So we've done a lot of render since then, and different kinds of different materials on different buildings. So it's definitely not just window cleaners anymore.
No, and this is a thing as well, and because we do, I would say quite a lot of work for the size of the company that we are. We've accumulated a lot of experience in a lot of areas doing all these different surfaces and stuff, you know. And even when we haven't had the experience, we've always gone like Thermotech. You've done training with Thermotech, haven't you? I can't even think of the other guys but we've always been pointed in good directions, mainly from Chris Cloak, isn't it? That, if there's something that we needed to overcome, something we need to clean, an issue or whatever the surface was, we've had some good training pointed in the directions from there, so by no means are we just window cleaners. We've done all sorts, but like I say, as we're growing as well as a business, that window cleaning side is still there, still the most prominent part of the business, and we still continue to try and develop and grow it, but it's just all the other sort of services, because that's mainly probably more where you come in as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And I mean, like taking that one we done last week and over the weekend as an example, that was a big cladding job, but then the windows then we can maintain going forward. So we'll do the big one-off work, but then the windows helps us to just continue the relationship and the work going forward.
So so hopefully that's explained the myth of we're just window cleaners, because we're not, and it can be tricky, like with the team, because my problem always was going in that direction was being able to trust obviously members of the team, and obviously it was trusting yourself at first. I mean, we're going back now over 10 years, aren't we? It's
longer than that probably. I think maybe about 18 years. But
I just mean flipping from windows to then going into the bigger sort of works, but then just developing and building a team that we can trust and that can obviously go out and obviously get the job done. That was always, from my perspective in the early days, was the primary problem of being able to go into more complex works.
It's just that thing of change as well, isn't it? I mean, it's like now, obviously with the experience that all of them have got, we have got good teams that, certain jobs that come in with that experience we've got, we've got those staff to literally place, haven't we? Pretty much straight away.
Yeah, we know who's fit for where, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. And so I'd say they are learning along the way as well, and some of the big jobs that obviously we have landed, it's good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we'll get something that comes in that we haven't done before, So we won't just send the lads straight out to that. We don't learn on the job. We'll research that work. We'll find out the best way, the best method, and then obviously we'll sit down with the lads, talk through it with them, and then they go to the job knowing exactly what they've got to do. So that prevents any problems going forward as well.
Some jobs are, it is a process now. I mean, there's a lot more. You're doing a lot more on site now, aren't you? Before we even start a job, you could go on site 2, 3, 4 times for access things, etc., etc. So, like you say, it's not just a case of turn up tomorrow and away we go. Some work that we put in before we start is,
just
like the
this
lifts
morning,
this week, been a few times.
John done a visit the other day at a particular site. And I've gone back up there this morning just to have another look from a sort of health and safety point of view, just to make sure everything's okay for the guys to do. So yeah, between us, we will do a few site visits on big jobs to make sure everything's safe and ready for the lads to go and carry out the work.
I think that's another thing we'll learn as well, because we have been stung on a couple of jobs, haven't we, where we probably didn't do as much in depth on site, go in and visit in. We've based it sort of online to then turn up, and we've had some problems, haven't we, whether it's water supplies or whatever the case is. We've had a few, haven't we, again, teething problems, which we've overcome, but we now ensure, don't we, that everything is all checked thoroughly before we go on site, which is another thing we'll learn, and which is good to do. So, yeah.
Builds a rapport with the client as well, doesn't it? I mean, the more they see you, the more familiar you become to them, and then if they know that you're up there visiting for a reason, and that's to make sure everything's carried out properly and safely. So, yeah, I'm sure they appreciate that as well. I mean, they keep calling us back, so we're obviously doing all right up there.
Yeah. And it's because we turn up in about 5 minutes from an email. Unexpectedly.
Not even press send and John's sitting there in his car.
I said that, that was more like the judgment.
He said this morning, he threw me out the other day. He said, I literally pressed send on the email, I'll come down the stairs and he's standing there in his shorts.
That's the impression we leave. Who is this bloke?
No, he was well happy with it. As you said down the stairs, rapid response, red clean.
Yeah.
Bit of a mouthful, but I get what you mean.
So
that may seem cringe, it's just not the right words.
But yeah, so we've obviously come a long way, and like I say, I couldn't really think of anything that we haven't cleaned. Obviously, we've had.
I don't think there's work that we've ever said no to, is there? I mean, obviously, there's some work that we're not necessarily done before.
Just stuff when it's dangerous. So if it's like asbestos roofs or. Well, mainly around asbestos is what I can think of. I can't think of anything else. But I mean, we've obviously got the heebie-jeebies on a certain contract that come to us this year, because it was like the contract where we got ripped off last year. But
that's more the terms of the job.
It's
really,
not the actual job. That's what I was going to say. Asbestos.
But I'm just saying, in terms of turning a job down, it was still something that we didn't want to get involved in.
We don't want to be micromanaged on site, do we? I mean, we go there with our knowledge and our skill set to carry out a job that they can't do themselves, and then to have them sort of nitpicking at you constantly, like leave us alone, let us do our work, and then you'll be happy with the results. They'll
be happy with the results. They just won't pay the bill.
Yeah.
But no, anyway. So, in terms of surfaces and that, I don't think there's anything really we haven't not cleaned when someone's come to us. I can't think of anything, but definitely around safety, asbestos, that sort of stuff. We've walked away many a time, and obviously things like roof cleaning when they're man-made tiles. If we know they're going to go grey, we don't touch them. We leave them alone. So. But other than that, we'll give anything a go, and it's not like we say that we're just cowboys or master. Was it jack of all trades, master of none?
Research. We make sure the job's done correctly.
We looked at a job. Me and John looked at a job a couple of weeks ago. We've actually carried it out since, and there was it was a gully clean and gutter clearance, but there was no. It was a new building as well, so there should have been man safes on the roof, and there wasn't. So we were looking at it like, well, how are we going to carry it out? But we found a safe way to do it. So we'll always come away, put our heads together, find out a safe way to do it, and whether we think we can carry it out on day one or not, we'll find a way of doing it by day two.
Yeah, that included a drone survey as well.
That's right.
So another sort of big factor in it, really.
But I was just going to say, so I didn't mean to interrupt, but just the drone survey with Dave, having Dave as an employee and having that skill set, being able to just go where we need to go and be able to stick a drone up and look at, how to carry things out, and even from the customer's perspective of, you know, if your gutters are full or whatever it is.
Yeah,
isn't
well,
it?
prime example, we've got one booked tomorrow morning for a hotel which are having leaks, and they want to find the areas of blockages. It's got quite an intricate roof, so potentially a selling tool in that is having a drone survey. It's free of charge. You know,
exactly.
we can get there, locate the blockages, helps us as well in the quoting process because then we know how we can work around the roof. Hopefully, if it comes in, it all ties in then, doesn't it?
So bear that in mind if you're a manager of any units or anything like that, and you just want a free drone survey. Obviously, just reach out to us, and we can arrange that for you. You know, but yeah, it's definitely a good selling point, and it's just great from our perspective of how to carry jobs out as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've done quite a few the last few weeks. One earlier in the week, the same site we've done. Yeah, I've visited, you've visited. I think lift company have visited. So it's it all sort of ties in, but we use that footage to our advantage. So.
And yeah, you do find that it's a good selling tool to people.
Yeah, of course, and hopefully like this one this week, if we can help clients locate problems and then also at the same time find a solution to how to get to it or access or clean it, then it all works.
It's great for them to see, isn't it? You know, obviously they're not going to see what's on the roof, and when you're showing them some of the growths that they've had, some of them, isn't it? You know, probably can't believe what he's up there. Look at
that roof we looked at the other day, and it had holes in the roof.
Yeah, and also that's what benefits us when we're trying to find a way around it. Because then, anyone else might have thought, well, you can get up on that roof and, you can clean it, but no chance.
No, once they get up there, it's a different story, holes everywhere.
Really, anything we can't see, logically, we'll get the drone up to and helps in the quoting process 100%. And planning.
And getting to know the job and how to do the job safely and all of that stuff.
And also, if the client's expecting it to be done a certain way, you can show them that and say, no, this ain't the right way, here's another option.
Yeah.
Well, good. So hopefully you can see from there we're not just window cleaners, and we've done a whole load of stuff, and we'll continue to do that, and that's part of our aim, is to just keep growing and developing this side of the business, bigger works,
more training,
and then just keep adding to that. But I mean, from my own personal perspective, I sort of knew around 7-8 years ago that, for me anyway, window cleaning was kind of limited, so to move into more exterior cleaning and specialist cleaning does open up the doors to a lot more contracts. But what we've definitely discovered, especially in the last 12 months to 18 months, is some of the real big work we've done is that it's out there, because we haven't really stumbled on that before, and B, that's really what we're geared up and what we're built to do, aren't we? Projects that take 6 weeks, 8 weeks for like 3-4 men teams, we could arrange that within the next week, 2 weeks, really, if we needed to, couldn't we? And that's been the great advantage of doing what we're doing. So hopefully that answers the question about being just window cleaners. So another subject going to talk on is, again, around roof cleaning and pricing. So our strategy now, and has been for a little while now, is to be totally clear and transparent about pricing and why it costs what it does. We are finding a lot of competition, I'm probably right in saying. You do work hard at trying to get things over the line, but sort of more times than not, you're building that trust with the client, with all of our kind of previous history, videos, that sort of stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a bank of information now that I can send to them and share and go through.
But what I personally want to talk about is, there was a comment on one of our TikTok videos the other day. You done a video of saying, what do you get for 3,500 on a roof? Got some great traction, as you probably would expect. But there was a comment on there of, we would do this for £1,269. And what I actually found interesting was we didn't reply. Someone else replied and said, oh, you do this as a side hustle then. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people forget, is that this is a business and you need to make profit. If you are, working on your own, or you can do this stuff I know that your overheads are lower, but at the same time, this is a business, and I think a lot of people forget that, you know. So for us, it's just trying to work into that, what value do people get for that money. So, you know, for instance, we always offer a 4-year no moss return guarantee. If we're honest, we have gone back to a few roofs, especially ones that are in damp areas and stuff like that. But from our perspective, because of what we offer and how we do it, for the amount of roofs that we have to actually go back and treat, it's really not a problem to us. So we would back up our work with a 4-year no moss guarantee, which I know a lot of people simply don't, you know. And then, of course, there's, you know, everything that we work into the price. So we have, obviously, all the training and stuff that the lads do. We obviously always try and keep our equipment in tip-top condition, have the newest stuff. The cherry picker side, we still don't see the value in that. We can completely carry out roof cleaning safely and effectively off of towers. If we did believe that we could do, you know, if it brought us value getting a cherry picker, we'd buy happily get your words out, we would happily go and buy another one. So it just doesn't, for us, there's no value in doing that. But, you know, in terms of the actual price, because we are coming up against some that are very cheap, we're always going to get that. But normally 9 times out of 10 what we're finding is they're walking on roofs, they're using ladders, not getting up to the job safely. There's normally something around that, not all the time, because we do know that there's some really good contractors out there, some guys that work for themselves, normally small little gangs of 1, 2, 3 people, and yeah, you know, fair play to you. But just from a sort of a perspective of trying to actually make money, it's just trying to understand that, yeah, it's not a job at the end of the day. So if you're pricing a job to say I can make myself 150 quid a day here or whatever it is, you know, that's a job. It's not a business. You need to make profit and then obviously work it backwards from there. So it's just trying to work that into that price. So I just thought it was interesting, really, that someone said about that. You know,
1269 is quite a random figure to come up with as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you know, when we're charging £3,500, someone says £1,269. I mean, that particular job was 2/3 days, I believe.
Yeah, was it 3?
It should have been less, I think, but I think it took it overrun.
There was a few intricacies there, weren't there? A few awkward areas to get to. But yeah, the guy was obviously over the moon and chose us over other competitors anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
due to the videos.
But I do think that the actual quotes that he had were close to ours as well, anyway, weren't they?
I believe so. Yeah,
there were less.
This one we done the testimonial on.
Yeah,
it was.
And but yeah, so I just found it interesting seeing that comment the other day, and just thought, you know, this is unfortunately sometimes what you're up against, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And as I said to you, with some of the latest inquiries, really, you know that they're going to be getting other quotes. Yeah, so from the off, you're trying to be as competitive as you can be.
So how can you compete with? You can't compete with a one-man band that's happy earning a few hundred quid a day after the cost of the chemicals. Yeah. You just can't, can you? And if they're going to do it off of a ladder, it's going to, all right, it's not the safest way to do things, but it's also going to save time because they're not building up a tower. There's a lot of corners that can be cut, and we just simply don't cut them. We do everything we got to do it safely and efficiently.
And that's the reality I'm finding. You know, some people are just genuinely after cheapest quote. The last guy I spoke to straight away was saying, you know, is there any wriggle room on your quote, on your price? And not really, because that's our best possible price for us, knowing that you're going to be getting other quotes. It's in our best interest to be as fair as possible from the get-go. It's you know.
I mean, this comes down to the ideal client as well, though, and obviously the clients that you're talking about there are the clients that have come to us that haven't bought into us, so to speak. You know, it's the ones, like we say, that guy there who watched all of our videos, see everything about it, and actually wanted it done that way. Yeah. Where you've got someone like that is literally just, what's your best price?
And you've had people as well tell you what price they're paying, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like, can I have a price? It's like, you know,
I'll do it.
I'm willing to pay up to £500.
Yeah,
I'm willing not to do it.
My neighbour, only paid that.
That was a regular thing. My neighbour only paid $1,000 for hers. Why are you charging me $1,200?
Well, go and get the one that done your neighbours to do yours.
We can't find him. He's not about anymore.
Yeah, probably dead because he fell off your roof.
Yeah, but then we've had that a lot as well. When we've gone to jobs, even if maybe it's just a rebio or something like that, or just a fairly clean roof already, and they've been guaranteed by somebody that they can no longer get hold of. So that's another thing that sort of falls into our pricing as well, is the fact that there's aftercare here. If there's any problems after we've done your roof clean, or if that moss does start to sprout up, as tiny as it may be, we will come back at our cost and we will rectify the problem. And we're always contactable and rapid response.
It's a support throughout, really, isn't it? From the get go, and then the aftercare, like you say.
We're certainly not going anywhere, are we? So we'll always be here for them. So.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? And that's, again, where we're trying to build all that trust and everything into the package. It's just about that after service as well, But, how many people have we sort of cleaned for, and then they've got us back to do renders, patios, driveways, all of that stuff. Sometimes
it's how I think. I remember Craig doing a roof once where I think we ended up, he'd done the roof and whatnot, steamed it, and then they said straight away, looking at the house, they just looked at their driveway. It's a big driveway, and it just made such a contrast of difference. We ended up obviously doing the driveway and on whatever else in the back garden. I remember that, because I couldn't believe the results of what steam done to their roof. You are right. We do get a lot of work off the back of obviously doing the roofs when we're there. So
But I just thought it was an interesting point to pick up because as we've said, we're definitely getting bigger roofs as opposed to the sort of smaller one-day roofs. Am I still correct in saying that? And it's them that we know that you can, a lot of other guys could maybe go in cheaper, but it's just like we say, for us it's just about that overall package of what you're actually getting. Yes, we're going to be more expensive, but like we said, if something goes wrong, we're there, and we're always contactable. And but it's just all the stuff behind the scenes as well. Like we say, we're always trying to keep like equipment up to scratch. And like we say, if there is training, like to be honest, I'm really thinking about sticking some of the guys back on PASMA after what we've seen with the towers and what's been said.
No.
Oh, what was that?
Because I kept saying in the podcast before.
Oh.
That was the first time I've done
Oh, you're talking to his imaginary mate.
No, sorry.
That's where the camera is, and you're pointing at the camera.
Sorry, I was pointing at Dave. But definitely. I think we should get a couple on it, and the iPath as well. There's two of them at least that I want to send on it that have been sort of backing up the roof cleaning teams.
But what I want to know as well is like because there's a few things that have come up around the PASMA that you weren't taught.
No, when from memory, when we done the towers that we built up there, they had the big. They weren't crossbars; they were like whole units,
Yeah.
So there was none of that. So we've sort of learned recently that you need to, if you haven't got the big pit sections and you put it on the bars, you need to have one at I believe 750 mil. And then the other one at 950 mil. So I have a double bars at the top, which is something I wasn't completely aware of. And obviously, after a bit of research, I am now. And so are the lads.
But that's what it's all about, is improving. Because at the end of the day,
training, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we're not. It's not like we're trying to do this unintentionally. We're not. And unfortunately, that's I've spoke to kind of others and stuff in the industry, and they're just pig-headed and they won't change. I've done it that way for years. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Only takes that one thing to mess up, and it could be fatal, whatever it is.
Unfortunately, that's what brings in new legislations, though, isn't it? Is if someone's doing something one way and it turns out actually that's not quite as safe as it is, then they'll move that up a little bit and do something else.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to move with the times,
that's exactly what it is. Isn't it?
You're stuck on a ladder.
Yeah. Okay, so I've lost my way. What are we talking about? I zoned out.
Starting about obviously the pricing and explain about the pricing. So,
that was it. Yeah,
we've not always been the most expensive quote, though, have we? It's not like every time you're quoting, we're always the most expensive.
No,
you've said before, people have come to us because we've been the cheapest quote as well, haven't you? So,
but that's not normally the case, though, is it? Really, rarely. But at the same time, as you said, we've got our pricing structure, and as long as we hit that structure, whether we're the cheapest or the most expensive, it doesn't matter,
Fall within our...
Yeah.
It's always the bottom line, so,
Okay.
That's good. We've got a 8 weekly clean signed up. 8 weekly and
£10 house?
Yeah. Just front only.
What is that, mate? Any good?
It's the commercial windows I went to see the other day, yesterday.
So it doesn't stop even inside Filthy when we're doing a podcast. He's on the job. Well done, John.
Just pretend I made it up.
What's the job of just landed right here?
Exaggerated it a little bit, man.
Roof's going to take us half a year to do.
Every 4 weeks, at 800 quid.
What's a buyer confusion that we normally get?
I don't even know what that means. I don't know what confusion.
I just wonder sometimes. I just wonder.
Benches.
Just.
I think we all wonder about ourselves some days. We'll just sit here like just.
Well, the only buyer confusion I know is that I'm seeing a lot of on the sign-ups, the messages that come in where people don't understand what a 4 weekly clean is or an 8 weekly clean, and they don't understand the price of it being.
It's a bit of a
Buyer confusion.
fuck me. You're with us. 10 minutes later.
Where the fuck is he?
You got definitely Trigger, man.
He was still with a
He
crackhead.
is Trigger, isn't he?
I was buying meat in fucking Greenway.
Oh,
Flashback from that.
buyer.
I thought you were saying buy. I don't know what I thought. We have had buyer confusion on the roofs and that, where people have come in for a roof. No.
Carry on.
Well, no,
Hold on. We need to start this properly so we can actually cut it. Hold on.
Keep it rolling.
1 minute.
No, but when people phoned up about roof clean, we've sent the lads out to do a scrape and treat, and halfway through it, they're like, "I thought you were steam cleaning my roof."
That is very true. But then it's when we turn around to them and say, obviously, in the quote, in the email, whatever, we always nail it down as if to say this is exactly what we're going to do. But it's them that have maybe seen a video, whether it's another company or whatever. So it's buyer confusion. You're right.
Yeah, but isn't that down to us where we've not explained it correctly?
No, it's always a quote is specifically for what they've asked.
It's the first thing I'll turn to. It's the first thing I'll give to the lads or give to the client straight away to say this is exactly what we spoke about.
Yeah.
Agreed. Just I think where it might have happened ages ago, ever since it's like that's nailed down.
Yep.
And it happened the other week. And as soon as you turn around and said what it was, it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. My mistake.
So can
And
we?
you got yourself covered as well, wouldn't you? By sending them both of them, you've just got all that back up again as well, wouldn't you? Because some people would not necessarily, perhaps try it on, wouldn't they? You know, because obviously scrape we charge slightly cheaper for, didn't we?
Slightly, it's a lot more cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a lot, but it is a bit cheaper, yeah. But
again, that's all. If there is two quotes, they're always in there, broken
Exactly.
down, and I can always refer back to that.
Why is that then? Have we got quicker at steaming then? Because it was always pretty much nearly double, weren't it?
Yeah, but then that's why it got to the point where we were struggling a little bit with the roofs. There weren't as many coming in, and it was like, well, why are we charging 1,500 quid when we're charging 950 for a scrape and treat when they're still there for 1 day? So it's only when it's the 1 day jobs and we know that we can achieve it in that time frame still. We'll still charge, what, 450 or something?
950 is still low, though.
Depends on the job, because
that's what I was about to say. They are all different, aren't they?
Yeah,
it's all about
and
time.
And I involve the lads with the quoting as well.
Still talking into the mic. Or are we still being filmed?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, my bad.
We were in
The
flow
lights are
there.
still on, man.
Falls asleep when he thinks the cameras are on.
What are you talking
Cameras
to
are off, he goes into one.
We've just sort of just carried on going.
Yeah, but I thought we were
Buyer
discussing.
confusion, right?
I thought we was discussing as to whether or not we were going to talk about
just
that buyer.
going with it.
Well, that's why I just said, we were going with it, and we've gone with
cool.
it. So,
Edit that.
well, this is definitely inside filthy because now we're just round with each other. But
Welcome to the real world.
yeah. But no, it's okay. So buyer confusion then over, but yeah, for me that's still, from an outsider looking in, why are they confused about that? It should be, but you're saying it's all written down in emails.
Of course, everything's all,
and they confirm that, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, on that one specifically, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to end it there, just purely because Roy's doing my nut. No, I'm joking.
Standard.
Thought we ended it 10 minutes ago.
I thought we was off there.
You come awake sometimes and just fall asleep.
No, but in all seriousness, thank you very much. Hopefully you've got some on one today, innit? I'm going to start that again. Fucking, I've got to do 2 more videos yet. So anyway, thank you for today. Hopefully we've given you some insight. definitely some insight into how four of us bloody operate with each other. But so hopefully you found some good information on that. Please let us know in the comments what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It'd be great if you could like it, share it, and please do interact with us, because from there we can only obviously get better, answer more questions, and hopefully be more transparent. So anyway, thank you very much, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.